On the 536th day of the war in Ukraine, the fighting was concentrated in these areas. Today, the news about the retreat of the Russian troops from Urozhaine was confirmed. In addition to many sources from both sides, this can be confirmed by geolocated videos. On different videos posted today, two Russian groups, each made of at least 12 and 32 soldiers out of the reportedly 400 Russian soldiers that were defending the village, were seen leaving Urozhaine and moving south towards zaporizhzhia. I geolocated this video to be in the southern outskirts of the village, near the last buildings of Urozhaine, which proves that the Russian forces have completely abandoned their positions, including the warehouses in the south. During their retreat, this other unit of Russian forces, reported to be over 30 soldiers, faced a very unpleasant situation. It seems that the Russian troops were in a hurry to leave, and their retreat was neither carried out by armored vehicles, nor was it properly supported by the rest of the Russian army. Russian soldiers were very close to the village of zaporizhzhia, where the Russian defensive line is now located. They were only a few hundred meters away from the first buildings, where they fell under heavy Ukrainian artillery fire. The Ukrainian forces had followed them during their retreat using drones, and the Ukrainian artillery delivered multiple accurate hits to the Russian soldiers. Cluster munition was also used on the retreating Russian soldiers, and reportedly almost the entire unit was wiped out. According to the latest reports, Russian forces have also withdrawn from the area south of Staromayorsk as well as the forests north of zaporizhzhia, which indicates that the new line of the Russian defense will likely be positioned south and west of the Mokry River. If you remember, a few days ago in one of the previous videos, I reported over the Ukrainian raid near Counterattack. Today, more news came out regarding this event, where Russian sources have now admitted that Major Tomov and his reconnaissance group of about 25 soldiers were captured by the Ukrainian Special Forces. Today, photos and videos were published on Telegram channels, proving that Major Tomov and his soldiers were indeed captured by the Ukrainian Special Forces. It seems that, as a result of their operation, Ukrainian forces managed to get valuable information about the operational environment along the eastern banks of the Dnipro River. As can be seen in these photos, Major Tomov, put in front of a map, showed in detail everything about the position of the Russian forces in these areas. Thanks to this information, the Ukrainian forces have been carrying out missions behind the Russian lines for several days, causing great damage to the supply lines of the Russian troops. Other details show that the Russian group was ambushed very close to Counterattack, in a forest only 500 meters west of the first buildings of the town. Furthermore, according to the pro-Russian Telegram channel Romanov, Ukrainian forces not only have a solid foothold on the eastern bank of the Dnipro River, but they also control buildings on the northwestern part of the town. On Bakhmut front, no major territorial changes were reported, but according to the pro-Ukrainian sources, recently the elite airborne forces of the Russian army have been activated in the direction of Klishchiivka. Today, Russian forces launched another counterattack using tanks and armored vehicles and advanced through the fields east of the village. Russian forces managed to increase their control over Klishchiivka, pushing Ukrainians further south. Ukrainian forces continue to remain present in the southernmost part of the village, as well as in the nearby heights, so we can say that now the village is once again contested. The Russian army is throwing a lot of resources here, simply because they cannot afford to lose Klishchiivka, or their line south of Bakhmut will be at a great risk. Friends, if you like my daily updates, I kindly ask you to hit the like and subscribe buttons, as this will greatly help the channel to reach a wider audience. That's all for today's update. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and have a great day.